Good morning, Gems. Happy Monday. Today I want to talk to you about networking. So we're in this business, it's network marketing, and I think that a lot of people kind of get caught up with their current network of people. When you start sharing Plexus, you start sharing with your warm market, and that's great, but I think it's very, very important to get out there and intentionally network and expand your network. And they say that your net worth is directly related to your network. So I want to share with you some tips today and some pointers on how I network and how to network effectively. So it all starts with face-to-face contact. Obviously, most of us are promoting, and I hate that word, I'm not going to say promoting. We're sharing Plexus through Facebook or some other social media platform, which is great. But everything, expanding your network all starts with a face-to-face meeting. So you can go to formal network events, things like your Chamber of Commerce, BNI. There's if you're in California, Southern California, we have a great group called Grassroots. You can just go on meetup.com and find there's tons of business networking groups that meet up. So those are formal networking events, and those are great. And then it's also really important to do some lifestyle networking. So networking with when you're out and about, meeting new people, you're passing by people all day long. Whether you're at Target and you're talking to the cashier, whether your kids just started soccer and there's a whole new group of people there that you can meet. But you have to be intentional about it and set out with the mindset that you want to make new friends. That's the ultimate goal. You want to make new friends, new connections. Okay, so I'm going to give you some scenarios and kind of walk you through the steps of how to do this. Now, it's important to note that your goal should not be to talk about Plexus in the first meeting. I think that's where people get scared of talking to people when you're out and about. So just make it your goal to connect with them on a real one-on-one basis, to make some sort of connection and to get them onto your social media platform. And I'm just going to talk about Facebook because that's what I use mostly. But you know, this would work for Instagram and Twitter and all those other things. So this will work. I'm going to go through this scenario. This will work if you're at a formal event where people are trading business cards, or if you're just out and about and meeting new people. So it's kind of with business cards or without, but either way it works. So I'm going to start with a formal networking event. So say you go to a Chamber of Commerce mixer. Usually people at a mixer or some sort of formal event, there will be people that are kind of eager to give you their business card, which is great. And a lot of people get nervous. They have their business cards. They know that's kind of the intention of this event, but they just don't know how to give it to you or exchange the business cards. So when you're talking to someone at a formal event, I always try to hold off on exchanging the business card as long as possible. You want that to be the last possible second as your conversation is coming to a close to exchange business cards. So the goal is to have a meaningful conversation, to connect with people, and you do that by shutting your mouth. Okay? You want to get really good at asking questions and really listening to their answers. Okay? I try to carry some sort of notebook with me, and I take notes when people are talking so that I know. If you're uncomfortable doing that, or if you have a really great memory, you can go ahead and try it without the notes, but believe me, you're going to meet a lot of people at networking events, and you're going to forget who was who and what you connected over. So I take notes when people are talking, and you get really good at asking questions. The person who talks the least wins, okay? So you want to empathize with them and connect by asking questions. At the last possible second in that conversation, as you feel it drawing to a close, you can pull out your business card, but the most important thing to do is to get theirs, not to give yours. So I would always ask for a business card. I would say, oh, do you have a business card? If they don't, get their information. Most people should at a networking event, but if they ran out or they just are new and they don't have one, then have them write it down on that notebook that you have. Get their contact information, a way to get in touch with them. If you really connected and you feel comfortable enough, I also whip out my phone and I pull up Facebook and I have them search themselves. I say, hey, are you on Facebook? And have them search their own name and add themselves to your Facebook. Okay, so then the important thing is once you get their business card, you write on the back of their business card when they step away, you write on the back where you met them, and one little thing that you connected over. And if you already have your notes in your notebook, then that'll just make it easier for you to go through your notebook and say, oh, okay, this business card is that person. Okay, so you do that throughout the night. You connect with all these people. You end up with literally a stack of business cards, and you go home. And either that evening or the next day, I try not to get past like 2 days before I go through, I sit down with all of those business cards and I email every single person that I connected with. I check my notes, and in that email, I just say, hey, it was so great meeting you last night at the blah, blah, blah networking meeting. And then I refer back to something that we connected over. Oh, I really hope you close that deal that you have going on in Tucson. Or if it's a personal note, oh, I hope your daughter's feeling better. Whatever it is, just one little one-liner, remind them what you connected over. And if you didn't get a chance to connect with them on Facebook, that's where I put my personal link. I say, I would love to connect with you on Facebook and LinkedIn. Here's my personal link. Here's my LinkedIn link. I'll talk to you soon. You assume the sale. I'll talk to you soon. And then that's it. Short and sweet. Okay. Then kind of step 2 is I go to Facebook. If I didn't already add them, I go to Facebook and search their name and try to find them. If I can easily find them, then I add them. A great tool to use for that is if the event had a Facebook event page, I go through the guest list there, and I try not to friend request everybody on there, but I do try to go through and find the people that I actually connected with and friend request them. And then once you are Facebook friends, so whether whether you connected and got on Facebook that same night, or whether they accept your request after that, as soon as they accept your request, I always go onto their wall and just say, hey, it was great meeting you the other night. Look forward to connecting with you soon. Just so that you're in their face, and on Facebook, that shows Facebook that you're actually connected, that you are interested in each other, basically. So your stuff is going to start popping up in their newsfeed more often. And then from there on, really make an effort to connect. If you see there's something posts, they have a post that comes up, make an effort to comment on it. And if they post pictures of their kids, comment, not like. Liking is good, but like and then comment something. Even if it's just oh, she's so cute, or whatever it is, commenting is more effective than liking. The second scenario that I really have is essentially the same. It's just a lifestyle networking. So if you're out and about and you meet somebody, or there's a soccer mom on the field that you're talking to, and you just have, even if it's 2-minute conversation, but you had a good connection, that's when you whip out the phone, ask them if they're on Facebook, and have them add themselves. If you are too uncomfortable doing that, which nobody should. No, I've never had anyone that was offended that wouldn't add themselves to Facebook. But when you're handing them the phone, you're assuming that they're going to do it, and they do it. They just grab it and type in their name. If you're really too scared to do that, have that connection and then go search them yourself. But I think that's even creepier when, you have a connection on the soccer field and then randomly they get a friend request from you. So I think they're more comfortable when they know that they search themselves on your phone and they see that friend request come through and they go, oh yeah, I added myself, basically. Okay, so those are my big networking tips, and I hope that really helps some of you. It is so, so important to expand your network, just continually expand your network, and make it genuine. You want to make those genuine connections with people to let people know that you care about them. That is the ultimate goal. You want people to trust you and like you, because people do business with people they like. Okay. I'm going to give you one recommendation for a book that will really take you beyond where you're at right now. It's one of the first books that I ever read when I started my kind of personal development journey. But I highly, highly, highly recommend it. And it is How to Win Friends and Influence People. The author's last name is Carnegie. And I think it's Dale or Andrew. I can't remember. But it's a great, great book, and it will give you an insight into how to make those personal connections. And I'll give you one big hint. Everybody wants to feel important. So that's why you shut up and listen, okay? And ask good questions. All right. I love you all. Go Plexus, and happy networking.